everyone who reached out to me with your emails. I got some messages. I even got some text messages. And I'd like to, again, say thank you. Appreciate you reaching out to me. I'd like to build this little community. It's just, look at me like talking to one of your girlfriends. Besides having some, experience with beauty products because of the pageants and things like that I've been in, I like to think that I have a lot of life experience as well. So, what I'd like to share with you today is not a beauty tip. Quite a few of you have, asked me about some things regarding lifestyle. This would be for pretty much everybody, not just, people in the baby boomer age group, but pretty much to anybody. Mental health, the industry for drugs to suppress depression, anxiety, worry, all of those things are just, it's a multi-million dollar, probably multi-billion dollar industry because most people find it extremely difficult just dealing. And I think the more life you live, the more you just can't, deal because of you're married now, you have children now, then you have grandchildren, then maybe you have health issues, and then you're retiring, and then you have financial issues, and it just goes on and on and on and on. And what I'd like to share with you today is basically what works for me most of the time. But let's face it, if we weren't anxious, if we didn't worry, we wouldn't be human. So the Lord has given us free will, the Lord has given us a conscience, but along with that comes, unfortunately, some of the anxiety that He did not want to give to us, but that we have created for ourselves. So this little video is going to be about how to deal with basically everyday anxiety and worry. I look back at children, I look at my grandchildren, and how just happy they are. They just laugh and have just living life and just no worries. And of course, how many times have you looked at either your children or your grandchildren and have said, wow, if only I could go back to that, or if only I, could be that carefree. And the thing of it is that you can't go back, but even if you could, you wouldn't know you were there. So it's kind of futile. But the one thing I learned from my children and more recently from my grandchildren is laughter. And just to make it a point to laugh at least, I don't know, 10 or 15 times a day if you can. The more the better. If you look at a child, more than half of their day consists of laughing and just finding things humorous and just laughing. It's you want to be like a child again. Okay, you don't want to act like a child. Obviously, you want to go around, acting like a child, but you want to take a tip from those children and you want to laugh. So number uno is try to laugh. Try to find the humor in life. Watch sitcoms, read funny books. One of my favorite magazines, by the way, is Mad Magazine. I haven't picked one up in probably 20 years. And I've been seriously thinking about picking one up because they're funny. There's a lot of satire in them and they're timeless. So, whether it's that or whether it's a sitcom or whatever it is that makes you laugh, you need to do that. Number two is look at your problem. Look at the thing that you're, I guess, having the most anxiety about. Look at what it is that you're anxious about. And then look at the big picture. Certainly 100 years from now, it's not going to matter. 10 years from now, it's probably not going to matter. And even 5 years from now, it may not matter. So you have to look at the big picture, put things into perspective. You just need not live in the past or in the future. Obviously, you want to live in the moment. But look at the big picture. Number three, identify what it is that's really giving you anxiety the most. Whatever issue or whatever problem that's giving you the most anxiety, whatever issue or whatever problem that is making you worry more than anything else. Identify what that is. Then, and this is a tried and true technique that I know I've heard in the past from different speakers and just from friends too, and just from reading books. Identify the problem and then look at the worst case scenario. And then look at, okay, so if the worst case scenario happened, then what would I do? Then I would deal with it. And then how would I deal with it? I would deal with it one day at a time. But in the meantime, and chances are you're going to get through it. Chances are you will definitely get through it. The other thing, the final thing I want to leave with you is to, and I'm sure you've heard this many times, but it's worth repeating, kind of just let go and let God. Just give it up to Him. Say, Lord, I'm giving it up to you. It's all yours. Take it off my shoulders. Give me the strength to go on. Give me the strength to not think about whatever it is that's bothering you, and live your life. Try to find laughter. Try to find happiness in little things, and experience whatever brings you joy. So that's my little tidbit for the day. I hope it helped. And please leave me a message. Give me a thumbs up. Like me, and be a part of our community. I'm going to really try to get something on my channel at least once every 2 to 3 weeks. It was unrealistic for me to do it once a week. I tried, but with my hectic life, it's a little bit hard to do. So I'm going to try to at least every other week answer some of the questions, whether they're beauty related or whether they are lifestyle related, or something like that. So have a great day. God bless you. Have a blessed, wonderful day. Live in the moment, and I will see you next time. Bye.